Mental health stigmas often come from either a place of fear or a lack of understanding. Fortunately, in the past couple of years, there's been an increasing awareness of mental health, and people are finally starting to realize the importance of normalizing the conversations around it. Author Jeanette Bronée joins us this morning with 6 tips for rethinking self-care at work. Good morning, Jeanette. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning. How are you? And thank you for caring about this very important topic.
Absolutely. This is near and dear to my heart. I myself am a mental wellness coach, so this is right up my alley in terms of the conversation. Jeanette, I'm curious, how do you define self-care?
See, I don't think of it as habits. I think of it as a mindset that we have with us all the time. One that says, hey, how do I support myself right now, going through whatever challenges I'm going through, instead of waiting till we have time, which is when we get home and recover. I think we need it as a support system that helps us work better all day long.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit more about that aspect of work. Why did you in particular want to focus on self-care in the workplace?
Well, I burned out twice, and I thought, well, why can't we have it all? Why can't we both pursue our career and take care of ourselves? And doing more research around that, I realized that actually taking care of ourselves helps us succeed better in our career. So instead of separating the two, we actually need to see self-care as the foundation for doing the things that we want to do and have time left over to also enjoy life after work.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well said. Yeah. Now, you have 6 ways for rethinking self-care at work. Let's run through those. What's number 1?
Number 1 is we need to learn to pause more. I call it power pausing. It's that small gap in time where we can just exhale and allow the nervous system to calm down so that we can actually again, access that advantage that we are as human beings. So instead of running on survival mode and reacting in automatic ways and just doing what we've always done, we can actually pause for a moment and then use the 3 power pauses that I have also discussed in my book, which is the physical pause. Hey, what do I need so that I actually feel that I can, do what I need to do? It may be stretching, it may be water, it may be food, it may be that I just need to go for a walk. Then the second pause is and that's the second tip, right, is to ask ourselves, well, how am I feeling in there right now? And what do I need so that I can? So that's where our emotion starts to play in. Instead of thinking that our emotions are a problem, they're actually a possibility. And I think it's important that we change that, as you pointed out when we first started this conversation about the stigma. I think we think of emotions as a problem and something we need to suppress, when really it's about understanding what our emotions trying to say to us. For example, if I'm anxious, well, what do I need so that I can feel more in control? So the third one is more that mental power pause that says, okay, what can I learn from this? How do I use what I'm learning both from what's going on in the situation and how I feel about it? How can I use that to solve the problem? I often talk about how we solve the wrong problem because we're trying to fix the pothole that came up on our path to solving problems. And we think of that as a challenge, and we got all these potholes in our days, and things change and challenges that come up. But really, what do we need so that we can get past that pothole and really achieve what it is we're trying to achieve? And that is what I call solving the right problem, which may be customer service, it may be, whatever it can be that we're actually challenged to solve, that problem, that pothole tends to get in the way.
Well, we appreciate your time this morning. Jeanette Bronée, thanks so much for joining us. Where can folks get a hold of you if they're interested in learning more?
You can find me anywhere at Jeanette Bronée and JeanetteBronée.com, but I'm on social, and I think I'm the only one with that name in the world.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.